At Dot Tone Designs, and I'm actually at my day job and at IDP Contract Screen Printing in Huntsville, Alabama. What I'm doing today is I'm going to show you our artwork that I did. And so the project was, this is a shirt for our owner. It's 5 colors. It kind of makes me laugh, but it's 5 colors. And the owner wanted a t-shirt at the last minute for a race that came up. He enters these races in the desert, and so he wanted a shirt at the last minute, and like I had a half a day to create this artwork and put out seps, and so this is kind of what we came up with. They wanted somewhat of a cartoon look. They gave me a reference of what they had seen somewhere else, and they wanted their shirt to look like that. So it's a lot like this. And so basically I just did line art of a photograph, applied a filter effect in the background, created larger halftones in the artwork, and but I have to print this in full color, and at the same time it has to be very light, soft hand feel, and washed out, sort of aged. And so I actually know a pretty good way to do that. And how I'm going to do that is we're going to print these all on 305s, even the underbase, with one white. And so that underbase white, once it gets printed, let's say will actually look maybe something like that. And so all the colors will be muted and toned down, and you'll see shirt fiber popping through, and this is kind of what we want. And so it'll be an interesting effect, an interesting result on press. So I just wanted to show you the seps. We look at those individually. This is the underbase, and then the yellow goes down. I'm gonna knock this, I have a black screen here of just the hard black, and I'm gonna make a selection of that and take a portion out. I don't want to take all of it out because I like to have color content for the blacks, to the black ink to lay on color content, ink, wet ink down underneath of it, so that it has something more to bond to than just a white t-shirt, for example. So I know this is going on multicolored shirts. So that may be natural shirt color, sand color, light gray, dark gray, and charcoal and black. That's pretty typical of what he does. So I'm going to knock out a percentage under the yellow and under the red. And I don't get freaky precise about that because it's getting buried anyways. I just wanted to use as a tool underneath of my black to help saturate that. And if you wanted to see what it looked like before that, then let's see if there's any white underneath that. Nope. And then so this is how each color stacked up before I knocked it out, and then here's knocking it out. Bump, bump, bump. And I do that so that there's not a lot of gain or buildup underneath the black. If it's too rich under here, it'll pop through your black and change it to like a dark muddy brown, and you don't want that. So you want a good rich black, but just with some content underneath of it. So there's like 21% in the yellow, 26%, 36%. I'll take a little bit more out of that. So that's 28%, and then solid black. And that'll be that. And that's so that it stays, that black darkest color stays consistent across the board also. Like I said, if I print this on a dark gray shirt, that's going to be super rich black. And if I printed it on a white shirt without having color behind it in those areas, then it would be more of a washed out gray, dark gray on the black, on the white shirt. So that's why I do that, and it helps control that and keep it consistent. Again, this is going to be 305 mesh on the base, and we'll get a nice vintage washed out look for that. And that's that. Thanks. I'll show you the actual print once we get it done.